Check, check, check. There we go. We are on fire now. Just a second, please. Dum, dum. One moment, everybody. One moment, everybody. I'm so fired up to play this game. I had an electric day, and we're going to have a blast playing Resident Evil 2, Claire B. Let me know if everything sounds okay. Nothing's too crazy loud. Hope you all had a fantastic day. I know that I did. We'll get into that. Oh, sound is excellent. Fantastic. All right.
Resident Evil
2. What do you think of the lights? No chat on the screen this time. What? There should be. It's set to show that. I've been having some strange things here today. Resident Evil 2. Try chatting it up real quick. See if it shows up. Resident Evil. Chat it up. Chat it up. Chat it up. Chat it. Wow. Yeah, I thought I would just simplify the lights, you know, have just a straight red vibe here. I'm liking it too. I don't know what's going on with the chat though. You boinks. Zoinks. Here, let's remove the chat. And add it back in there. Chat, 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 chat box. Chicka, chicka, chat, chicka, chicka, chat. Chicka, chicka, chat. Oh, I see it. Boy, do I see it. Brooke, Dilemma, let's pop off. It's going to be crazy. Crazy time. Make sure you can see the chat, though. I see it on my preview. See if it shows up for you. Fantastic. Thank you all for being here early so we can get these kinks out of the way. Fantastic. So we were chatting earlier about, you know, Claire B, right? So this game shipped with 2 discs for PlayStation, disc 1, disc 2, Leon disc and Claire disc. And whoever you choose to start with, Leon or Claire, it's your choice. You would play Leon A, for example, then you would have Claire B to follow. You would play Claire A, and then you'd have Leon B to follow. I did not try the PS4 controller yet. Joanne came over. We had a nice little powwow. But you know we're going to try that. Story time.
In the midst of the T-virus outbreak in Raccoon
The
City,
T-virus.
Leon Kennedy succeeded in escaping from the city following his encounter with one of the only other survivors, a woman named Ada, a spy seeking the deadly G-virus. However, Ada!
Powerful stuff.
Leon was not the sole survivor of the incident. A girl named Claire Redfield was in town on business of her own. She came to uncover mysterious
Yo,
circumstances
not
of
best
Douglas
mom.
disappearance. Chris
Sheesh.
Redfield, a member of the STARS Alpha team. Only now her mission has become.
You gotta let me know what the Brook snack is. I get fired up over that.
Basic survival within the nightmare that was once Raccoon City.
Please tell me you're all ready to pop off tonight, because we're about to get crazy. It is electric tonight. That first clip is unique to the B scenario, and then this is just what you would see anytime you play as Claire, either A or B scenario. Shinebox better show up or I'm gonna lose my mind. Let's go!
I'm finally here.
Shh, 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 shh. Where the Shinebox at?
Guy's a maniac. Why'd he bite me?
You love the star projector. Maybe we could do both.
Hello? Is anyone here?
The star projector's for bedtime now.
Hello?
Oh, shit!
Look, I'm sorry I bothered you, okay? Just don't come any closer. Are you listening?
This diner is actually a playable level in Resident Evil Outbreak. It's really a really neat take on, like a new perspective on it. Yeah.
Wait! Don't shoot!
Get down! We can't stay out here. Head to the police station. It'll be a lot safer.
My favorite Resident Evil game is 3.
There!
That's the first one I remember playing as a kid.
Buckle up.
Okay.
Next week's probably going to be Resident Evil Survivor. Break up the pace a little bit.
On. I arrived in town, and the whole place went
Great.
insane.
The radio's out.
You're a cop.
3 is out of control though.
Yeah. First
If you've ever seen the second movie with Nemesis in it, Nemesis is in that game and he's just a maniac chasing you
I'm
around.
Redfield. I came to find my brother Chris.
This game's so fun because you kind of have 4 ways to play it with Leon A, Claire B, Claire A, Leon B.
Sure. There's
Yo, what's up, Jess?
better take it with you.
Thanks for coming back a second time. I really appreciate that. Resident Evil Jesse, thank you, thank you, thank you.
You okay?
still in one piece.
Maniac's gonna ram us! Run!
Oh! Been busy, huh? What you been busy doing?
Claire!
Leon!
I'm okay.
The DeLorean from Back to the Future is in the B scenario.
Okay.
So in that car crash there, the B scenario, you're on the other side of the crash. So you have a different pathway to get to the police station here. You have to survive this nightmare to know the true end. Y'all ready for this? Let's go! Look at the DeLorean. Look at it. Look at it. And the delicatessen. Gee whiz. I like this route better than the hot dog stand. Holy smokes. I like this run better than the A scenario, mainly because of the DeLorean. Whoa! Let's go! Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you had a nice day. I had a really chill one. I'll talk you through it today. Talk about what happened. I had the day off, first of all. That's huge. So let's see what Claire has. So we have the almighty lockpick. Leon has a lighter, so that's nice. We'll get through some maybe not doors, but definitely open some drawers, get some extras. A knife, completely stinks. Streaming the remake, blindfolded, speedrun, completely out of control. Let's check this out. Browning HP manufactured by FN Bell. Oh, fantastic. It uses 9mm rounds. Cool. Yeah, we went to Chili's. Oh, yeah. Yeehaw! Oh, no. We got the cabin key. The cabbie. Let's go! Man, I don't know what it is, but this one's running super smooth tonight. So you actually don't see any of this part in scenario A. Everything in the beginning there you don't see. I'm a changed woman. Yeah, Chili's is completely insane. Talk about it. Bottomless salsa. Ooh, what else? Bottomless salsa. You know it. Come on. I keyed in my number and everything. Look, we'll get the bonus clip. Ready? This scared the shit out of me back in the day. Y'all ready for this? Yay! Yay, yay. Cheers. Let's go. Fantastic selection of food, right? Oh, Sir Hops-a-Lot. Oh, she got me. Misty from Pokemon. She is the trickiest zombie to dodge right there. Oh, Misty. Are y'all ready for this clip?
Hey, get over here! Hurry! I can't set her down. I'll drop you a rope ladder. Grab onto it. Come on, just a little more.
There is no heartburn from that salsa, boy. That thing goes down smooth. Chili's is completely out of control. Oh, no! Could you imagine? Completely destroyed. In the A scenario, you see the helicopter crash through the hallway and you have to destroy the path in Claire's, but this gives you the context of how that helicopter got there. Because the dude went crazy and shot it down. Yeah, those Modelo's are Harper City. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so I had the day off and spent the night with my girlfriend Joanne. Had a great night, relaxed, watched Nightmare on Elm Street 3. Dream Warriors. That movie's wild. We're going through all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. And then woke up around 7:30-ish. Did some laundry. That was fun. Played the Resident Evil remake when I was waiting for the drawing. Signed up for my fall classes, fall semester. Good getting that done. Oh, had a lot of coffee and an explosive duty. It was wild stuff, guys. Alright, so first we gotta go... I'm always like, should I pick up the herbs? Should I curse myself? Let's do it. Let's do it! My dad gave me a TV today, one of his extra TVs. Put it in the bedroom. Love watching TV in bed. Just hooked that up when I got home. And that's just chapter 1 of the day. We hung out. Me and my dad watched Scary Movie 2 today. My strong hand. The penises and the Johnnies. Wild experience watching Scary Movie 2 with my dad. I watch Scary Movie 2 like 8 times a year. Oh, there she is. Let's go. Scary Movie 2 is very quotable. My favorite part watching Scary Movie 2 as a kid, because that was like something I watched in theaters with my parents when I was like 8. The ball knockers. I love the fucking ball knockers on the door. Ow! My strong hand. All right, so we just got the valve. We're gonna go put out the fire. Windows are all smashed up. Places are wrecked. So scenario B is definitely more jump scary. There's like a few more clips, and you're about to see some crazy shit. So we'll use this. Bada boom. I always found items interesting, like the crank and the valve in this game. Like, you don't know when you're going to need it, but you need it a few times in the game. So the first couple times you play through it, you don't know exactly when you need it the second time. So it's like something you got to kind of keep track of. Is there stuff in here for me? Oh, yes. Y'all ready to do a little acid? All right. Check this out. What is it? Guess what's in those jars? It's a guy! Oh, shit! So that guy's called Mr. X. He's a tyrant that Umbrella sends to kind of clean up messes, kill all the living, and he's going to be an SOB this game. But fortunately, he might sock you in the jaw, but fortunately you can get around him. Yo! So he'll punch you in the face once, and then you can kind of get around him. So that guy's gonna be a menace. You can shoot him. It takes about 30 handgun shots, and then he'll drop ammo normally. Jeez! What the hell was that? Really appreciate y'all joining me on this Cinco de Mayo. Happy Cinco de Mayo. I appreciate you coming back every Thursday at 8 to watch Yo Boa play. Uh-oh. Let's, I remember getting a lot of health when I practiced this, so let's just use that. That's something that changed. In Resident Evil 1, if you were on fine, you couldn't use an herb. It would just say, oh, shit! As many times as I play this damn game, I still forget those parts. In Resident Evil, you couldn't use an herb if you were on fine, so you have to go to a save box if you want to make space. But in 2 on, you can use herbs to free up space, even if you don't need it. Love this track right here. You ready? You just know you're in a safe area. No one's gonna fuck with you. Secretary's Diary A. April 6th. I accidentally moved one of the stone statues on the 2nd floor when I leaned against it. When the chief found out about it, he was furious. I swear the guy nearly bit my head off, screaming at me never to touch the statue again. If it's so important, then maybe he shouldn't have put it out in the open like that. April 7th. I heard that all the art pieces from the chief's collection are rare items, literally worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know which is the bigger mystery, where he finds those tacky things, or where he's getting the money to pay for them. May 10th. I wasn't surprised to see the chief come in today with yet another large picture frame in his hands. This time it was a really disturbing painting depicting a nude person being hanged. I was appalled by the expression on the chief's face as he leered at that painting. Why anyone would have considered something like that to be a work of art is beyond my comprehension. So that gives us a few nuggets there. The chief seems kind of like a prick and shady. There's some statues we're going to find that if we move them, it pisses him off. So I wonder what's up with that. A weird painting and then some art pieces. If I didn't mention it last week, this police station used to be a museum, and it was built in the 80s, and then it eventually became the police station. So that's why it doesn't look like a police station at all. And it has to do with art, gems, paintings. They got this game 80% finished, and then completely scrapped it. That's known as Resident Evil 1.5 now. And the original concept looked a lot more like a police station. Alright, so we got the key card. We're gonna go to the computer and unlock some of the rooms. Let's go! This game gives you a ton of ammo. Claire's Claire's weapons are not nearly as good as Leon's. She gets, in addition to the handgun, she gets a bowgun and a grenade launcher for most of the game. Leon gets a shotgun and a magnum, and they're just more powerful, easier to use. Alright. I hear some zombies in the distance. So after I got home from my pops... Oh! Yes! One cool thing is that we can combine the same rounds into this gun as much as we need, so that saves some space. And there's a couple different rounds we get. Grenade, acid, and flame. And they kind of work different on different enemies. After I got home... Or I didn't even go home. I just went straight to Pete and Brooks and got the most legendary tour of a living space I've ever experienced. I think we spent like 90 minutes just chopping it up, going through the tour. It was completely insane. By the end of it, well, not even the end yet, we get the full 90-minute tour. We go through every cabinet in the kitchen, the Zen seating area, book collection, the comfiest living room. The game room was completely insane. Everything was completely cozy and wild. Bedroom was comfy. Made it to the balcony. Was that the most extensive tour you've ever given? Yes or no? How did it feel going through that? Because it was amazing for me. I'm going to head upstairs first. We need to get the lighter. I could have sworn the lighter... We'll figure it out. This is the first zombie I've shot. Completely an insane time. And by the end of it, it was without a doubt the greatest apartment setup I've ever seen in my life. Made some critical steps to get the controller working for Minecraft. and then went to Chili's. Bottomless salsa. Raspberry tea and Coke. Completely love the place. Oh, I know where we get the lighter. I get so anxious when I forget where something is. I feel like it's going to be the end of the run, even though it's not. We got this. We know where we got to go. I'm honored you all had a wonderful time at my temple, Chili's. Oh, we don't need this right now, eh? There we are. You gotta be right up on that spot. Best Mom, I love the fish tank. How's that going? I'm still full too. That Chili's experience completely satisfied my hunger. Oh shit! Zombies, oh! Zombies in 2 are a bitch. They will grab your leg and bite you when you think they've been long dead. They will lunge at you when you think they're chilling. Fortunately though, if you take your time, they give you plenty of handgun ammo to take care of them. Woo! Look at that first aid spray. They make these sweet props of first aid sprays on. You can buy them on Etsy. They're like 10, 15 bucks, and it's just like a good recreation of the spray can. I've been carting that for a while. Police memorandum. 8/23/1998. This letter is just to inform everyone about the recent movement of equipment that has happened during the precinct's rearrangement. The safe with 4-digit lock has been moved from the STARS office on the 2nd floor to the Eastern office on the 1st floor. 2236, Raccoon Police Liaison Department. These notes tell you literally everything you need to know, and I would never pick them up back in the day, and then I'm wondering why the game is so complicated. It gives you everything you need. And if you see a dead body, it usually has ammo. Something tricky about this is when you do the 2 scenarios, a lot of the items are in different places. Almost all of them. So it's like you start confusing the 2 scenarios, and then I start to panic a little bit. But this should be where the lighter is. Why there's a lighter up here? Nobody knows. Let's go! So with Leon, he has the lighter as his like personal item. Yeah, I started getting nervous about that. I forget what's up there in the A scenario, but it's like nothing significant. You can like totally skip that room. But then in this scenario, you have to go in there or you can't advance. It's like we're playing it on a range mode here. Oh, shit! They just jumped at me. Remember last week, like, they just reached their arms through. This time, they're just full-on jumping through it. They're like, let's go! I know, this whole run is like Jump Scare City. It's like, yo, you made it through Scenario A, so clearly, you know something about the game. We know you can play a little bit. So we're gonna throw it all at you here. Red Jewel. Got Tony's arms. Let's go. Ah, sugar. I forgot they were lined up that way. That's okay. They throw a lot of herbs and ammo at you. We'll be all right. No zombies in this room. This room can be tricky. That's good. Some areas are actually easier in this run, so that's good. Got to keep that positive perspective. All right, let's do a little drop off in the dark room here. We won't be needing too much of this. Something I won't be doing in this run, but it is a nice touch. You find some film, and you can actually develop it in here to learn a little bit more about the story. Mike would love this. Where's Shinebox at? They literally have a dark room in this game where you develop film. He'd be like, can the whole game just be where you develop film? I know. He completely missed the best part. It's alright. We'll all tell him about it. So you went with the pretzel bites. Man, I should have made some before I got all situated. Yeah-oh. Oh, phew. The game straight up like froze there for a second. That's partly why I try to save a little bit more than I normally would when I'm playing, just because if it does freeze up or something, we can always get back to somewhat of a decent spot. Alright, so based on that letter, it's telling us about these statues. So let's give them a push. This and the lighter puzzle are the same in the in both scenarios. All right, I'll keep it tame while you're away. Just got to solve this crazy puzzle here. I was playing Resident Evil 1 Remake. That came out in 2002, and the puzzles were like way more challenging. The first couple games, 3 gets a little better, but the puzzles are fairly simple. You're just pushing these statues against the wall. Against the surfboards. There we are. Alright. We got both red jewels. Now we're off to the STARS office. People are going crazy in my neighborhood tonight. It's all bars and pubs.
Leon!
So everyone's going crazy for Cinco de Mayo.
It's good to see you're still among the living.
It's surprising how much this building will block out, though.
It looks like we're not gonna find your brother here after all.
This building's super solid. It's from the early 1900s. Strong concrete. Blocks a lot of the noise out. And then with the headphones, I'm all set. Chris's diary. August 8th. I talked to the chief today once again, but he refused to listen to me. I know for certain that Umbrella conducted T-virus research in that mansion. Anyone infected turns into a zombie. But the entire mansion went up in that explosion, along with any incriminating evidence. Since Umbrella employs so many people in the town, no one is willing to talk about the incident. It looks like I'm running out of options. August 17th. We've been receiving lots of local reports about strange monsters appearing at random throughout the city. This must be the work of Umbrella. August 24th. With the help of Jill and Barry, I finally obtained information vital to this case. Umbrella has begun research on the new G-virus variation of the original T-virus. Haven't they done enough damage already? We talked it over and have decided to fly to the main Umbrella HQ in Europe. I won't tell my sister about this trip, because doing so would put her in danger. Please forgive me, Claire. So that story is actually going to tee up Resident Evil Code Veronica.
There's no reason for us to stay.
It's
any
crazy.
longer
1,
in
2,
this.
and 3 take place in like the
Split
same
up,
month.
For any survivors, and get out of here.
A couple different perspectives on
One last thing. Here's a radio. Take it.
the Raccoon City devastation.
That way we can keep in touch if anything happens.
But going from 1 where it literally started to 2 where the city's already pretty much wrecked, you don't get much of that shit going down side of it. Someone made a mod based off of 3. Oh, there we go. That's what I needed. And it kind of goes through like right after 1 where the city starts to go crazy. It's impressive what people will do with the mods. It's insane. Yeah, 2 just kind of throws you right in it. What could this be? Federal Police Department, Internal Investigation Report. Mr. Chris Redfield, Raccoon City Police Department, STARS Division. As per your requests, we have conducted our internal investigation and discovered the following information. 1. Regarding the G-Virus currently under development by Umbrella Inc. So far, it's unconfirmed that the G-Virus even exists. We are continuing with our investigation. 2. Regarding with Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Police Department, Raccoon City Police Department. Mr. Irons has allegedly received a large sum of funds in bribes from Umbrella Inc. over the last 5 years. He was apparently involved in the cover-up of the Mansion Lab case, along with several other incidents in which Umbrella appears to have direct involvement. Mr. Irons has been arrested under supervision of rape on 2 separate counts during his years as a university student. He underwent psychiatric evaluation as a result of the charges, but was released due to circumstantial evidence as well as his phenomenal academic standing. As such, extreme caution is advised when dealing with him. Jack Hamilton, Section Chief, Internal Investigation, United States Federal Police Department. Damn. It's rare when I take the time to read those documents, but they just, one, they make the story just, they give you so much more to the story, and then you learn some crazy shit, like how fucked up the chief of police was.
Help me!
I think there's a... Okay, yeah. Got a couple zombies. I hate when there's just handgun ammo in there. I'm expecting something big. And Original Orange, thanks for raiding the party. Let's go. Happy Llama, thanks for the follow. Let's go, everybody. We are popping up. Oh, shit. And Original Orange, thank you for the follow. Let's go. Tonk81, thank you for the follow. We are popping off right now, gang. Zoinks! Man, it's going great. It's going absolutely fantastic. I'm hanging out with my best friends. We're playing Resident Evil. I had a wonderful day. You have to play the OG sometimes. We have to go back and look at where it started. You can also tell I didn't put the shutters down, so we're gonna pop off. Thank you for following, everybody. Means a lot. I'm just trying to connect the people back to the originals here. We're just having some fun. This used to scare the shit out of me. Watch this. And I'm like nearsighted, so I would be like hugged up to the TV and then just completely lose my mind when that happened. For 2, though, I used to watch my brother and my cousin play it, and then I would like, my cousin would play it for a little bit, I would remember what he did, and then my brother would play it, and then I'd be like the strategy guide for him. 3 was like the first one where I was just old enough to play it. I was born in 93, 29, just turned 29. And this, 3 was definitely the first one I remember playing, but this is the first Resident Evil I remember seeing. Let's go! But thank you all for dropping in, hanging out. Oh, yeah? Okay. So you got 11 years of wisdom on me. So you've never played any of the Resident Evil games before? A lot of people started with Resident Evil 4. That's when there was a big shift in how the gameplay was, and I think it made it just more digestible for a larger audience. This game, like, first of all, you're dealing with cut angles like this. Like, see how we're looking at the room from this perspective, and then you walk this way, and it cuts to a totally different perspective. But even with that, I'm holding the up arrow, and I'm still moving up. So those tank controls really throw people off. Oh, you started with 7. Okay. 7 was, it brought life back into the series. Like, I love all of them just because I'm that obsessed, but 5 and 6 were definitely super action-oriented. And 7, it brought us back to survival horror. Yeah, horror games, like, they slow you down for sure. I'm obsessed with them. Oh, Outbreak was so ahead of its time. Like, if Outbreak was redone with online connection, because it did actually, you could actually connect it online, like through an Ethernet port on the PS2. Such a fantastic game. Yeah. Outbreak needs to be like the next project. I would take Outbreak Remake over Resident Evil 4. Resident Evil 4 was already, like, fantastic. It was already made in a great time. Outbreak, they kind of did it dirty. It should have come out for, like, PS3, and it would have been complete lightning. Let me think here for a second. Oh, I gotta go to my item box. Here we go. Here we go. I was just saying earlier that, like, when I go from scenario A to scenario B, the items are in different locations sometimes. So I have to, like, pause and think, or I'm gonna have an anxiety attack. Original Orange, so you said mate. Are you, where are you from? Or maybe you just said mate, whatever. Yeah, we're gonna grab that. UK, alright, cool. I'm from Delaware, in the United States. Near Philly. This is like the dream, right? Like, Twitch connecting Resident Evil fans across the world. This is one of my favorite tracks in 2. Let's appreciate this for a second. Beautiful. You just know you're safe, right? Like, we know we're in that safe area. Alright, let's go this way. I know. Resident Evil, unite! Unfortunately, I have to raid and run, but that's cool. Gotta sleep and got an appointment. Have a great stream. Yeah. Dude, Original Orange, thank you so much for the raid. Appreciate it. I stream every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so drop by next week if you can. And good luck with the appointment. Peace. Thank you, thank you. Oh, I forgot about the liquor. Should we just try to dodge him? I said it last week. These guys are blind. y'all see that dodge right there? Y'all see those skills right there? He's gonna like completely destroy me in a second. They kind of have a couple moves. They can hit you with the long tongue. Or they can do that lunge. Or the claw. Kind of like 3 moves. Mr. Elusive. Absolutely. Yo! Alright, couple hits. No big deal. See ya. The lickers kind of take place of the hunters in the first game. They can both, if you have enough damage to you, they can kind of chop your head off and it's over. And your head will hit the floor. In the Japanese releases, they're pretty tight on that stuff, so you don't see any of the decapitations. One of the iconic things in Resident Evil 4 is the chainsaw wielding gentleman. And they chop your head off. So it was interesting to learn that about the Japanese version. Alright, so we got a couple things. Let's go get the bomb. I'm so fired up. Thank you all for the follows and Original Orange for the raid. That was huge for me. I'm just starting out here. Week by week, we're building our community, and I absolutely love it. I started with the originals because they're a little easier to play while learning how to do streaming. And I'm definitely getting more comfortable chatting with you guys. It's been a wild ride. And I'm so happy for y'all to join with me. All right, Tom. It's just such electricity for you to join me. Thank you for giving me some of your time. It means a lot. So you lurk and do your thing. Lurk and do your thing. I was talking to Dilemma. Next week's either going to be Resident Evil Survivor, or we'll just go right into Resident Evil 3. Scream, scream! Oh, I didn't see him. That's the trickiness of the camera angles. Is that zombie was like right behind another one. It's like when you go bowling and you hit like most of the pins down, but then there's that sneaky pin behind. That zombie was a sneaky, sneaky pin. Completely electric. Stay down, stay down. Dude, Original Orange raid made my night. So I'm new to Twitch. What does the exclamation lurk do? Somebody explain that to a novice. Happy llama. Oh, this is where they show up. I'm about to get completely boned. Did you all see that junk? I didn't know they came back like that. I didn't know those zombies entered that space when the hallway broke. If I just went the other way, I would not have been completely boned. But that's why you always carry an extra herb with you, folks. Lurking. Dilemma, what's the exclamation lurk mean? See, this is where the, pretty sure it just means that they're lurking. Oh, okay. So nothing crazy. gotcha. Thank you for that. I'm learning here. I appreciate that. Y'all are super helpful. This is where, like, you play as Leon, you got the shotgun, and you completely clean up. Claire, she gets the bow gun, and it shoots 3 arrows at a time. So it just burns through. Oh, you sneaky zombie! Alright. So, not the best part of our run, but you know what? We recovered. This is the iconic room where Marvin comes back as a zombie, and we have to destroy him. Alright, so we got our bomb. Now it's time to blow up that chopper. Alright, so which way should we go? Let's go up here. Ooh, I think this is where the liquors show up as well, so... Part of the complexity of the second scenario, too, is that the you won't have any enemies in a space, and then out of nowhere... Okay, good, they're not here yet. You know, a liquor or zombies will show up. Zombies. More so than scenario A. Oh. Take a second to stretchy stretch. All right. This always scared me. I thought I was gonna mess up with this little bomb and blow myself up. All right. I want to check this out first. I can clear the wreckage away with this. All right. Let's do it. So this is something, regardless of the scenario, that Claire will do and not Leon. Bang! And this takes us to the chief's office. Oh, shit. Whoa!
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I thought you were another one of those zombies.
Zombies.
Are you Chief Irons?
Yes, that's me. And just who are you? No, don't bother telling me. It makes no difference. You'll end up just like all the others. That's the mayor's daughter. I was told to look after her, but I failed miserably. Just look at her. She was a true beauty. Her skin nothing short of perfection. But it will soon putrefy, and she will turn into a zombie within the hour.
Zombie.
All the others.
There must be some way to stop it.
In a matter of speaking,
yes.
Either by putting a bullet through her brain, or by decapitating her completely. And to think that taxidermy used to be my hobby. But no longer. Please. I'd really like to be alone now.
Man, so just being a little older, playing with the headphones to hear the music, and then reading the documents about how he's, like, accused of rape in college and accepting bribes to cover up Umbrella, like, you just feel this. You're just in the room with this shady dude who just pointed a gun at my face and has a dead body in front of him. I wish they went more into, like, the chief's daughter thing and why he was, like, taking care of her and how she... what happened to her. Because you never really see someone get bit in the stomach like that. Like, what happened? It's just so strange. Footsteps. turn the light on.
Wait. Let me go. Easy, easy there. I'm not a zombie. You're safe now.
No.
My name's Claire. What's yours?
Sherry.
Do you know where your parents are?
They both work at the Umbrella Chemical Plant, near the city limits.
The chemical
Welcome
plant?
back. How'd the
Then
pretzels turn out?
What are you doing here?
My mom called and told me to go to the police station because it was too dangerous to stay at home.
From the look of things, I'd say she was probably right. But it's dangerous here as well. You'd better come with me.
Something out there. I don't know what it is.
With honey mustard?
But I saw it. Much larger than any of those zombies. And
Zombies.
it's coming after me.
What was that?
That's what I was telling you about. It's here.
What the hell?
Wait!
No dip? You're just going dry with them? You're a madman. A madman, I say. Alright, so that was Sherry. She is the scientist's daughter, and the scientist William Birkin, who made the G virus. And we just heard him screaming in the background. I'm telling you, the spicy mustard is the cure. This guy has like an elaborate setup here. A stuffed animal. Technically, yeah. Yeah, not a big mustard guy. I'm huge on the mustard. Spicy, regular, Dijon. I am just crazy about mustard. I gotta have a little dippy on my pretzels. A little cheese, a little mustard. Alright, you know what the heart key means. Down to the basement. The creepiest part of the run. Original pretzel bites in the icing dip cup. Oh wow, I've never went icing. I think I would like it too much and never put it down. Yeah, I'm not crazy about the salty sweet. I like the salty savory stuff. I tell ya. Here, let's clock a save in. Before we go down to the basement. Where evil lives. Oh, please do. Gotta have that Chili's run in the books. Time to go to the basement. We can actually go this way. Good thing I remembered. Because I'd be going all the way around. I used to hate this part, like knowing I'm going down to the basement. Basements used to scare the holy hell out of me. I will at the very least with practicing the game before the run, I'll at least go through the whole game once. With these older ones that I've played for so long, there's some predictability to them, so I'm not as concerned. But when I start to play... Actually, I was going to say... Oh, shit. Yeah, predictability, and then I get my ass eaten. When I was going to say when I start to play, like, 4, I'll be a little more nervous, but I won't be, because one of the big changes... In helps you keep it. Yeah, exactly. Or if it doesn't, I at least know a good point where I'm gonna end. But when I get to some of the longer games like Code Veronica, that one's quite a long game. And then 4 is super long, but it's broken up into these really nice chapters. So once I get to like a 3-hour point in the game, I'll just end it at the nearest chapter and we'll be good to go. But I was gonna say, like, I'm nervous about some of the later games, but one of the big changes is if you die in the later games, they just bring you back to a checkpoint. That happens frequently. It's not like you're back to the last place you saved. So in that way, you can... It's a lot less pressure. Like, you know that if you die, which is totally normal, you're just going to end up back at a decent spot, you know? But, like, when I play the remake of this game, like the newest remakes, that's a little nerve-wracking because they changed to a different type of aiming system. So I'm going to have to practice, like, not just play through the game, but, like, legit practice for that. These early ones, though, I mean, I played them since I was, like, 8 years old, so they're like home. What's down here? Oh, zombies. This can be dogs, zombies, or lickers. Oh, these are total comfort games for me. 100%. Gotta try Stardew Valley. Tell Joe about it. Tell me about it. Is it like chill? Joe definitely likes the chill games. Oh, farming? I wonder if she would like that. Build a farm, eh? She might like that. I'd have to ask her. She loved her DS back in the day. Did y'all have a DS? That was a chill system. I'll have to run that by her, though, see if she would like that. I think I was telling you her uncle got us a copy of Nintendo Sports. So we're pretty fired up about that, because that's just such a chill little group game. No zombies. Alright. Up. Up. I actually don't know this. I always forget it, but it somehow seems to work a lot of the time. Down. Down. Up. Hey. It's a little hot in here today. I'm sweating. Oh, parking garage. Let's go back. All right. Time for the Sherry segment, where we get to play as Little Sherry. Oh. After these dogs, of course. I'm actually low on handgun ammo. Ruh-roh. We'll figure it out. If you're not quick to that manhole, those dogs would jump at you. Alright, let's lock it in. So if we go... We gotta go in here to trigger the cutscene. So let's see if we can do... a drop-off. What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? What do we need? We'll keep those. Consolidate that. Alright. Yeah, this is where it's like Claire doesn't really get much in terms of like sweet weapons. The bowgun kind of takes the place of the shotgun with Leon, and you can aim the gun up and kill a zombie with one hit, and you can also do some crowd control. But with this, I'm kind of stuck using the handgun. And we are low. Alright, Sherry. What do you got for me?
Sherry, I've been looking everywhere for you. I was so worried. We've got to go now, honey, okay? If we stay here, that monster will find us. Let's go.
She said it. She said, let's go.
No, I won't.
What's the matter?
She said, let's
Don't you
go.
trust me?
It's not that, Claire. It's because of my daddy. He's over there. I heard him call my name.
She did one of the girls' voices in Magic School Bus, and it always trips me out when I hear her.
Miss Frizzle!
I'm
Wait,
so
Sherry, don't
laser
go alone.
focused with voice acting. Like
Sherry!
I'm usually like, oh,
Sherry!
they were also in this. Let's see what Sherry's got. So we got, oh, a picture taken fairly recently of her family, and a first aid spray. Sherry is a pain in the ass. She will. Oh, the car ride home from Chili's was just completely out of control with the impressions. When I get that high pitched laugh, I'm completely losing my mind. I hate when I can't see. I can't see. This game is fucked when it's like that. Like when the angle changes, and then it blocks the complete view. Sherry's a tough cookie. Look, she's like climbing down these steps that are as high as she is. I was losing my mind in the car, like just laughing my ass off. Yeah, Sherry's a pain in the ass. When you play some of the scenes where you're Claire and Sherry's like following you, if you drift off too far away from her, she will sit on the ground, and then you can't leave the room until you go back and get her. One of the things in Resident Evil 2 Remake, like they completely upgraded Sherry and her part. You have to go to this creepy-ass nursery, but more to come when we get to that. If anyone here is watching me for the first time, I am going through the Resident Evil series on a weekly basis on Thursday at 8 Eastern Standard Time. And we're just chopping it up with Resident Evil, having fun. We did Resident Evil Director's Cut, a knife-only run with Chris, and then we did a run with Jill. We did Leon A last week, and now Claire B. Next week, we're either going to do Survivor or Resident Evil 3. Survivor's just going to be a silly one. Came out around 2001 or so. It was originally supposed to be a point-and-shoot kind of game like Duck Hunt, where you have a little gun controller and you shoot at the screen. It's in first person, which is unique up to that point. You don't save the game. You run through it, and that's why they call it Survivor. So it's a pretty corny game. The story's not very strong. Yeah, it's completely wild. I was practicing today at my dad's house. He was like, "What the hell is that?" My dad was like, "Now that I'm retired, I'm kind of bored. I want to play video games." I'm like, "Let's go." So I was like, "Let's get you a Nintendo Switch." So he's like, "All right, next time we hang out, show me the ropes." So I'm going to bring my Switch down to him and let him know how it is. What do you think is like the best setup for a dad in his 50s, retired, who's never really played games before? My buddy. These zombies actually can't bite you. They can only, like, acid vomit on you. So they'll try to grab you, but they can only throw up. He mentioned that his friend plays, like, Madden or something. And I was like, yeah, we could try that. I think it might be a little complicated for him, though. I was thinking, like, I think he would like the Switch, like the sports games and...
Are you there?
I don't know. I don't even know if he would
Sherry,
like it.
Are you okay? Did you find your dad?
Yes, I'm okay. But I couldn't find him. But I did find something else for you. Here.
Sherry's a little sweetheart. Thank you.
Here's another.
Oh, yeah! Thanks, sweetie. Now, why don't you come over here? I want you to stay with me.
Oh, my dad? Huge sports guy.
There. I can't reach the ventilation.
Completely
hole
obsessed with the
anymore.
Miami Dolphins.
Don't worry, I'll find another
Completely
way.
obsessed with the Flyers.
I can take care of myself.
And then he loosely follows the Sixers and the
Wait, Sherry, come back.
and the Phillies.
Sherry! Sherry!
But and he loves horse racing too. I think the Kentucky Derby's this weekend, so he was talking about that a little bit.
Got it.
I'm getting out of here and heading to the sewer. Can you meet me there?
He's been going crazy on Amazon, buying everything, so he bought like 10 pairs of these round John Lennon sunglasses. And I was like, I don't really want any, but then Joe wanted the pink pair. So I took the pink pair, and he's like, come on, you're breaking up my set. Take them all. Or none. I love my dad. He's a funny guy. He delivered beer for 30 years, and then he retired a couple years ago. So he's got his pension, and he's chilling out. He loves reality TV more than anyone I know. Completely obsessed with TV and movies. He just got done Ozark. He loves Below Deck. And it's funny, he watches all these reality shows, but he's like a huge, muscular dude. He's hilarious. Completely hilarious. Alright, so we're back. Let's take out this guy. Oh, no lickers. Let's go. Sometimes lickers will spawn in this area. And they're a pain in the ass. Regardless, though, I think they're gonna, my dad's name is Troy. My dad and brother's names are Troy. All of my aunts and uncles' names start with T. Timmy, Terry, Tommy, Tracy, Trudy, Tammy, Trina, Troy. All T's. Ah. Oh yeah, it's been like a fun tongue twister as long as I can remember. And my grandparents were like, "Oh, we didn't even realize that we named them all T's. It was just a coincidence." But like, how can you name like 8 kids with T's and like not realize it? I know. I don't believe it for a second. George and Renee. Yep, so we're all T's. If I have children, I told Joe, like, it has to be T names. So we're running through a couple names that we like. But that'll be down the road. Definitely not ready for kids yet. But we have fun talking about, like, what the names would be. With having that, like, restriction of it needing to be a T name is interesting. Tobias. So I think with our first run, I left both items. I don't think I would do Tyler Jr. I don't think I would do that. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we left both items. So we're going to get the side pack for 2 extra spots. I always leave both for the B scenario because it's just generally tougher. So we got 2 extra spaces of storage. And we have the submachine gun. Cool. Earlier when Original Orange did the raid and we got a couple follows, did any alerts show up on the screen? I think I have like an alert panel, but I don't. Does it show up? Does it show up at all when that happens? This is how we do it. Oh shit! The zombies come back. It's all right. We're mowing them down, baby. I hate this room. Isn't that insane how you just can't see? Like the zombies just block your view. Oh, Theodore, you think? Little Theo? That's a nice name. I know. Isn't that crazy? Like, you just can't see what's going on. Like, that's fun. Theo's a cute name. I want to avoid, like, having any names that my aunts and uncles have. So Theo is a safe one. Joe also said Tony, like Toni, for, like, a girl. That's kind of cute. Watchman's Diary, August 11th. I finally had the chance to see blue skies for the first time in ages, but it did little to lift my spirits. Oh, it was reprimanded by the chief for neglecting my duties while I was up on the clock tower. There's only one thing I still don't understand. The chief seemed to be more concerned about the fact that I was up on the tower rather than I was neglecting my duties. Why was access to the tower prohibited in the first place, anyway? September 5th. I recently talked to the old man who works in the scrapyard out back. His name is Thomas. He's a quiet man and really seems to enjoy... Look, we could do Thomas. Oh, I have an Uncle Tommy, never mind. Seems to enjoy chess. He even went so far as to design a special key and lock engraved with chess pieces on them for one of the doors in the disposal yard. Ah. We made plans to play chess tomorrow night. I can't... Oh, we were talking about chess earlier. I can't help but wonder how good he is. One thing that's been bothering me about him is the way he is always scratching himself. Does he have some sort of skin disease, or is he just rude? September 9th. Thomas was a much better player than I had imagined. I used to think of myself as a fairly decent player, but he did a pretty good job of humbling me. About the only thing I imagined that I could match his skills in chess is his appetite. All the guy did was talk about food throughout the entire game. He sounded fairly healthy, but he didn't look quite right. I wonder if he's okay. September 12th. I was supposed to play another game of chess with Thomas, but he had to cancel it because he hasn't been feeling too well. He stopped by to see me, but I told him to go back and rest since he literally looked like the Walking Dead. He insisted that he was just fine, but I could tell he was really having problems. Come to think of it, I haven't been feeling too good myself. ... Oh, you think that Tony's like a Karen name? Like, get me your manager. Now. Tell him Tony sent ya. I could see that. That's hilarious. I never thought about that, but I could see that. Yo, so his boy Thomas looked like the Walking Dead. All right. A couple more pieces to go. Rick Grimes. And Coral. I should have brought Coral! I should have brought the other key with me. Whoops. It's alright. Better put an O in there. Coral! I love The Walking Dead for like the first 4 seasons. When that first season, I was like, oh my god, this is the perfect show for me. Second season, alright, this is a pretty good show for me. Third season, it just kind of went... It's still maintained pretty well, but it just kind of went down for me. Coral! Like, obsessed with Resident Evil, this is going to be the show for me. Like, a longer chance to tell a story about what a zombie apocalypse would be like. And it's like, oh shit, this show is still going on. What the hell? Oh, I need that. Oh, I'm glad I came back. Even if I had the key, I would have definitely forgotten the lighter. So that's a happy little accident right there. That's a titanium white happy accident. We go. So, Brooke, you missed the star projector? Coral! Coral! You probably didn't think about that in a long time, huh? Coral! And Shane. Remember Shane? Daryl. That show definitely popped off for a while. We're gonna have to look at that. Ugh. Oh! This is not good. I'm gonna get completely swamped if I try that, because there's zombies at all sides. So we are gonna go around. What if we I did notice that it was like that. Here, let's do this for a minute. Let's turn these down a little bit. See, oh, right there. See, that's where it starts to get hazy. See? Like that. We can also lower them a little bit. Like, physically lower them. So how about if we bring it down like that a little bit? How's that? When it's brighter. Yeah. I forgot, yo. Look, I forgot to turn the... I forgot to turn my damn light on. So we're going to have to play with the lights a little bit. Is this still, like, super hazy? Absolutely. When you come over, we have... Yeah, we'll have to mess with it a little bit. It's alright. I think also the... Here. We'll lower it a little bit. I think it was like right below the lowest point where you can see it. So we bring it down a little bit. How are we looking on that? Any better? I think the lights were shining like right below, right at the lowest point of the view. So that's probably what was putting a lot of glare there. So maybe a little better. I should get the grenade launcher. Alright. Thanks for letting me know about the lights. We'll workshop them. Alright, so going around this way should put us in a better spot to take care of those zombies, because there's like 7 of them? 8 of them? Dun, 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 dun. So we'll go in guns a-blazing. We'll use the grenade launcher, see if we can get some, whoa! They do you so dirty in this room. Like, even if you come in this way, there's still zombies. Zombies. At all sides. You love that launcher, don't you? That thing goes off. It's got a good spread. Gets a couple zombies in one. I used to be so hyped about the grenade launcher. Resident Evil 3 is a blast because you're one character, so you get all of the weapons. I'm completely obsessed with 3. Whew. That was scary. Got me with the tongue hit. Alright, we're just about home free here. We are almost out of the police station. Love this door. This door is also used in 3. Coming back to that art museum. Alright, so we're gonna light it up. Boom. Boom. Get ready for this part. This part is wild. Oh, shit! Our boy's back. The tyrant's back. Yeah, I learned a while ago, just don't even waste your time on him, because the drops aren't worth the ammo, and he's easy enough to dodge. Oh, shit! This one is filled with the jumpy jumps. I got the jumpy jumps. Guys, I totally got the jumpy jumps. Can you even believe that? $4 for bottomless chips and salsa. And if I made a point to talk to the waiter, we could have easily got that comped. No problem. All I gotta know is when it's time to go back. When are we going back? Chili's is completely insane. If you haven't gone, go to Chili's. You would not do every Thursday. Alright, what do we need? We need... I know, it is inexpensive. The value is off the charts. What better value is out there? Now we just need the crank. Wait, where is the crank? Where is the crank? I've gone in all the rooms. Yo, Brooke, can you look up where is the crank in Claire B? Can someone look up where the crank is in Claire B? Try to think of where... Aha! No shot. You're a legend. Thank you. So it's back to the basement. You're a princess. Thank you. Brooke, you might have just saved this stream. Completely saved the day. The dog kennel and that part of the station is kind of for Leon's piece. So good shot. Oh, we actually have something here too. 2, 3, 3, 6. Oh. 2, 2, 3, 6. There we go. Oh, shit! We got a map of the police station, and we're just about through it. We gon' back to the basement. I even went down here by mistake and like looked at this and was like, nah, this is for Leon. All right. So we're gonna scoop this up. Scoop it up, scoop it up. Dogs. We go. Hello, dogs. Even just playing. Yeah, exactly. That's the Linda Belcher. Where is it? Same. Like, who would think this is here? You bastards. I couldn't even. I literally just came here after you told me that it was here, and I still couldn't see that shit. I love dogs. Running down the gutter with a piece of bread and butter, diarrhea. All right. We're back on task. We back, baby. Jump, jump, the house is jumping. We are, I'd say, a smidge over halfway done. Once we get through, we're going to go upstairs, get our last piece, and then we're off to the sewer. Sewer and then the lab. So we're making some serious progress. All right, so we have everything we need. All right. Yeah, I was like completely spacing on that crank location. Good shot. All right. The rest of the game moves fairly quick. This first chunk is like lengthy, getting these pieces. I like that though, because not only does the game go a little faster in the next two areas, it's also just more fun. The story picks up, enemies are more fun. We're heading up to the 3rd floor. Up to the top, yo. This area was significantly redone in the remake. Yeah, here's where we use the crank. So we take the crank to lower these stairs. I was thinking, like, wait, does Leon lower them somehow and we don't need it? There we go, baby. And then you ditch the crank altogether. So let's go. In that note we found earlier, the guy's like, the chief doesn't want me up at the clock tower. It's the first time I've seen the sky in days, but like there's no way to see the sky up here. There's no windows or anything. Aha! All right. We are out of here. And except for Mr. X, we're about to get to our first official boss battle. Resident Evil. Thanks for sticking with me, everybody. We're getting through Resident Evil 2, Claire B, if you're just joining. Whoa, shit! How do you do that? That's the thing about Mr. X. He'll get you with a left hook. And then once he goes for that double arm deal, you run past him. Alright. Back to the chief's office where we found the dead mayor's daughter. This main hall is massive. Alright, so we are definitely going to clock in a save here. Get some of our essentials. Alright. And then we're going to load up. Oh, sweet thing. How about some cowtails? Alright, we got all 3 pieces. Let me know what you land on with the sweet. Alright. Off to the mayor's office. The game gets a lot more fun from this point on, in my opinion. Because we get out of this goddamn police station. It's partly because you spend so much time in here in the A scenario, and then again in the B scenario. And it's a lot of just running around getting your pieces. Oh!
Claire!
Sherry.
Sherry, you're okay.
I'm glad to see you're safe, Claire.
You too, Cher. Aha! Mail to the chief. To Mr. Brian Irons, chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. We have lost the Mansion Lab facility due to the actions of the renegade operative Albert Wesker. Fortunately, his interference will have no lasting effects upon our continued virus research. Our only present concern is the presence of the remaining STARS members, Redfield, Valentine, Burton, Chambers, and Vickers. If it comes to light that the STARS have any evidence as to the activities of our research, dispose of them in such a manner that would appear to be purely accidental. Continue to monitor their progress and make certain their knowledge does not go public. Annette will continue to be your contact throughout the affairs. William Birkin. To Mr. Brian Irons, Chief of the Raccoon City Police Department. I have deposited the amount of $10,000 to the account for your services this term as per our agreement. The development of the G-Virus scheduled to replace the T-Virus is near complete. Once completed, I am certain that I will be appointed to be a member of the executive board for Umbrella Inc. It is imperative that we proceed with extreme caution. Redfield and the remaining STARS members are still attempting to uncover information on the project. Continue to monitor their activities and block all attempts to investigate the underground research facilities. We have a problem. I have received information informing me that Umbrella HQ has sent spies to recover my research on the G-Virus. There are unknown numbers of agents involved. They not be allowed to take this project away from me as it represents my entire life's work. Search the city thoroughly for any suspicious persons, detain any such individuals by whatever means deemed necessary, and contact me immediately through Annette. With these precautions, any possible threat should be eliminated. I will not allow anyone to steal my work on the G-Virus, not even Umbrella. We'll see about that, bub. All right. Wait, what? 100 grand, M&Ms, or Cowtail? Oh, M&Ms.
Claire!
Has to be M&Ms.
I'm going down there. Stay here and wait for me, okay?
We're going down, y'all. Going down the elevator. Let's take a lookie. Has to be M&Ms. This shit is so creepy. Look at this. Ew. It's like a dungeon with torches. This is another door used in Resident Evil 3. Big old rusty medieval door.
So you've made it this far. Not bad, girl. But I'm not letting anyone leave my town. Everyone's gonna die.
Calm down, Chief. What happened?
Shut up.
Oh.
You couldn't possibly understand what's happened. Those monsters from Umbrella have destroyed my beautiful town.
Shut up.
How could they do that to me after everything I've done for them?
Oh yeah, Chili's has a full dessert menu. You kidding?
Then you must know about the G-Virus. What is it? Tell me.
I don't know what it is though. I rarely get dessert at restaurants.
No. It's the agent that can turn humans
But I know they got one.
into ultimate bioweapons. Superior to the T-Virus in every way. Dr. William Birkin is the genius behind the project.
William Birkin.
I'm sure you've already seen his little girl running around here somewhere.
I get nervous about desserts because that's when they start to use nuts a little bit. But if we find one that's that should be safe, I'd be down with that. I'd be down with
The
that.
monster that's been tearing my precinct apart is yet another product of the G-Virus. An ultimate bioweapon. Umbrella must be trying to cover its tracks. But if I have to go, I'm going to take you with me. What the?
Oh shit. Just a moment. Just a moment, please. Yo, this dude just got thrown down the ladder. Oh, get the... Look at this creep. He's got like a dungeon in his fucking weird elevator basement thing. I guess he would do like taxidermy and stuff here, but who knows what else. What happened to the mayor's daughter's dead body? Oh, no! He's just been ripped in half. Y'all ready for this? Taxidermy is a creepy thing. Uh-oh. Look at the guy. Yeah, I couldn't do taxidermy. I don't mind, like, the animals after the fact. But, the process is definitely creepy. Let's go, big boy. Got him. Nope. He just whacked me. Oh, we got him. Yo. M&Ms are wild. I literally... The music stopped. I hit him enough times. He was crawling off the ledge, and he still whacked me with that damn pipe. Bastard. So that was William Birkin, the scientist who made the G-Virus, and it's also Sherry's dad. Yeet. Alright. Let's head back up and get Sherry so we can move on. Claire.
Claire, you came back.
I can't believe the man who developed.
What's your favorite color of M&M?
Actually, her father.
What's wrong, Claire?
It's nothing.
Mine's definitely the blue ones.
But I think I found.
I love
a way
those
out
mini
of it.
M&Ms that come in the little
Should
tube.
be able to find someplace safe if we can just make it out of town.
But
Don't worry, I'll protect you. I promise. But you have to make sure you don't leave my side.
Alright, let's crank this out. Let's crank it out, y'all. I definitely don't want to go past 11, but... Oh, yeah. Orange is great. Make sure not to run away from Sherry here. Perfect. You creepy bastard. I always love a good button push. That reveals our ladder. Gang, we made it to the sewers.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Oh, shit.
Claire?
Shut your damn mouth, he'll hear us.
Run!
That dude's following us everywhere. Leave me alone. I love this. She's just like standing in the... Doink. Oh, Sherry.
Sherry, where are you? Sherry!
Well, gang, we lost Sherry. We lost him. When we hear that calming music, we know we're safe. We're gonna skip a few extra rooms where we just get ammo, just for the sake of time. Like up there, there's a thing you can push open and go down into this space where you it's like a storage room. You light the lamp, get some ammo.
You're bleeding.
I ran into this woman who is in trouble. Her name's Ada. Right after that, someone tried to kill me.
Oh shit.
Nearly succeeded, too. Ada went after the sniper, but I'm worried about her. You gotta find her before something happens.
But you've been shot.
I'll be okay. It's Ada I'm worried about.
Damn. This dude's in deep for this girl. We're gonna fly through this sewer. Here's Brooke's favorite, the giant spiders. I like the sewer because it's just a nice change of pace. Like, you finally got out of the police station. Ew! I cannot stand the giant spiders. Terrible. And it doesn't drag on. Like, you just kind of get in, get your 2 medals, get out. No biggie. I'm gonna get some water during
Are
this.
you alright? What
clip.
happened?
Get away from me. You just want my husband.
Be right back, everybody.
Don't you? But no one will take that away from me. No one.
Husband? Then you must be Annette.
How did you?
We don't have time for that. Sherry is lost somewhere in the sewer system. I have to find her.
What? I told her to go to the police building. Why is she here? Now Sherry and the G sample are both in danger.
What did she mean by that? Does Sherry have the G sample?
All right. Got our water. Feeling a lot better now. Fantastic. Oh, I needed some of that water. That is tasty. Itchy tasty. Oh yeah. Only thing about the B scenario is you don't get to fight the big crocodile, the big alligator. I freaking love that part. Especially because you just have to drop the canister down and shoot it and blow his head up, but I freaking love that giant alligator. And this is where it all goes down. Yeah, she is brave for just getting in this filthy water. It's trash water. I can't believe I forgot to turn on my glorious umbrella light the whole time. It looks so beautiful. Alright, we got our medals. We are out of here. There we go. This is another nasty part. Look at this. They're spamming me. Yo! Oh, they don't really do any damage. I don't think I've ever gotten caught by them. I just wanted to like stop and show for a second, and then they just completely spam me. But they either do very, very little damage or none at all. I gotta get out of here. That was filthy. These are too. This whole sewer is just a mess. We gotta get the fuck out of here. Thank you all for joining me tonight. This beautiful Thursday, Cinco de Mayo. We're playing through Resident Evil 2. We did Leon A last week, doing Claire B. And we made it through the sewer. Let's go. What could that be? An earthquake? An earthquake? Hope you're all having a good night. Thank you for joining me. Let's call the trolley. There we go. Let's get the hell out of here. Sherry. You made it.
Sherry, you're okay. Sherry, did your mom give you something called G-virus? Either a vial or a test tube?
G-virus? I've never heard of anything like that before.
Are you absolutely sure? If you give it to me, I'll hold on to it for safekeeping.
but I really don't have anything. It's the truth.
But why would her mom say something like that?
Because she's a crook. Let's get out of here, Sherry. I know, super great day. I had a blast with you guys. Got to see my dad, got the full tour, the Chili's experience, hanging out on the stream. What a positive experience. Come on, Sherry, stop walking backwards. And we are out of here. Oh, I think we got a 3-piece there. Oh, shit. That feels good. You love to see that. Wait here.
Sherry, wait here. I'm going to check it out by myself.
Okay.
I'll wait here, but hurry back.
You got it. Hello. We're getting a fat stack here. Good shit. Let's go get us a key. Y'all ready? We're about to see our boy again. This whole lab compound is just massive. Like, going from the mansion in Resident Evil 1 to this, like, look how fucking crazy this looks. Scale just goes way up. Shows you how massive, like, Umbrella is. And then they mention Umbrella headquarters in Europe. Oh, shit! He's back! Watch this shit. Fuck your camera. Now we gotta get the hell out of here! You get you're forced to fight him at the end. You can fight him throughout the game, but it's just a waste. But yeah, he's like the final boss. If you remember from the first game, that thing that was in the tube that you drain and then you fight him, like I beat him with the knife. That's like the first version of that dude, but they're the same thing. Tyrant. Oh, you got the projector going? What colors you got going right now? Yeah, it's like the they made a bunch of them, and then they can just kind of deploy them when they want. Shoosh. The blue-green is deep. Alright, elevators here.
Okay, Sherry, let's go.
Yeah, the blue-green is deep. Get those stars going. We had the little rain sounds going. The speaker's not a strong part of the whole thing, but it's still fun. You can even pair your phone to it. It's like a wild little machine. I know. With all the lights. Not only the lights, but like that balcony has to be a sweet spot at night. Pop the Snuggies on.
Claire? What was that?
Don't worry. Just wait here. I'll go and see what it was.
Okay. Alright, boss battle number 2. Let's go. The lights and comfies are out of control. The lights behind the TV were really nice. That's crazy how it like follows along with the camera. After proper calibration. Oh! That's the dude. We had this action figure as a kid. This is William Birkin, the dude that was carrying the pipe. Oh! He was the guy that was carrying the pipe in the sewer. I told you this game picks up. We got him. Yeah, that's so the T virus that makes the Tyrant. The scientist William Birkin made the G virus, and it just goes completely out of control. Like it just mutates. The more you hurt the host, just the more insane it mutates. So dude has like 4 arms. It gets crazy. Watch.
Isn't this...
That's okay. You keep it.
This
I'm sure I'll
story
keep
this
you
story
safe.
really picks up.
Wait here for me, okay?
Oh yeah.
I'm going back to look for your mom.
Thanks, Claire. Even though I'm an only child, neither of my parents ever spent much time with me because of their work. But now that you're with me, I finally have someone to rely upon.
Sherry.
Well, see ya, kid. You'll be safe here. Yeah, that G virus goes cray cray. That thing was her dad. He just is mutating out of control. All right, so we are in the last section of the game here. Sherry's gone again. We're not the best babysitter. I've never been to Chili's with Joanne. She's not as crazy about the chain restaurants as I am. When she wants to spend money on dinner, she doesn't mind spending a little extra to have like the unique experience. Oh, and that restaurant we're going to on Saturday, it's not called Grain, it's called Harvest. I mixed up the name. Harvest Seasonal Grill. But yeah, we've never been to Chili's together yet. One day, she'll experience the truth. I know. Chili's is wild. I think she would go with me. Like if I was like, hey, we're going to Chili's. But when we go out, we go to some different spots. Oh, that was 12. Woo! We're popping off with the grenade rounds right now. This reminds me of the room from Resident Evil 1 where the little monkeys are kind of swinging down the chimeras. I always love this in these industrial type rooms because you kind of know you're towards the end. Oh yeah? Where are we going this time? I'm ready for it. Yo! We clotheslined him out of midair. These are those crazy lickers that will fuck you up. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, I'm not even going to look it up. I trust that it's going to be wild. Is it? You said it's Thai food? I haven't been in Pike Creek in a while. That was like, it's really beautiful. There's so many trees. Deep forest. I'm lucky to have the Brandywine Park in my neighborhood, but just not enough trees in my life. That was beautiful. Oh, good to know. I love a spot that takes the allergy serious. It puts me at ease. Oh, shit. Let me double check that there's nothing in this room. Even though I'm a little less nervous about my food allergies, I always appreciate when a restaurant is like, they ask if there's any allergies, and like you really feel genuine that they like let the kitchen know and they take precautions. Harvest is like that. Like they're pretty serious on the food allergy stuff. That's scary stuff. Or even just getting food that wasn't properly prepared, or like something's in there that hurts your stomach or something that you weren't expecting. You gotta take that stuff seriously. Oh, I love this part of the game. I love the look of it. This is that Star Wars vibe. Let's go to the icy room. This is where we close it up. The final chapter. Let's make our fuse. That room looks chilly. Alright, so we got our fuse. Let's power this place up. Perfect. Okay. These things are nasty. Look at those suckers. You know we gotta go back to Chili's. Alright, I don't know if there's something in this room or not. There might be a key card. Eat your way around the whole menu. Oh. Those buggers did me dirty. Eyo. How am I gonna hit him with a flame round and then he's still alive and bites the shit out of me? Those suckers are nasty. Oh my gosh, the salads, out of control. I never had one though. Your guys' burgers looked really good. We about to close up shop on this game. It's so funny how long the first bit is, because the sewer took like, what? How long were we in the sewer before? Like 15 minutes? This place is loaded with liquors. Oh my god. They do give you an abundance of like health and ammo though. It's crazy. And this is like the hard mode. Let's get the hell out of here. It's a lab. Get our secret little key. I'm really tired too. Like, I have like a damn headache. I had a long day. Got up at like 7-ish. Seriously. What'd y'all have to do for your errands before I got there? I had a crazy long day. Like, I am drained as well. This would have been a great day for a nap, but got to see family, friends. Joe's coming over around 11, so I'm excited to see her again. It is just not the same unless we sleep together. Oh, there you go. Nice. I love having the Walgreens right here. Damn, this room is loaded with zombies. Oh, I hate when they eat a grenade round. That's some bullshit. We got the P room key. It's definitely gonna be close to 11. Like we're sailing through this right now. What were the salads like on the Chili's menu? You.
Annette!
Where's Sherry?
But I asked her, and she's never even heard of the G virus before.
Which room? Tell me. Sherry!
Sherry.
No! Annette!
The sample's inside the pendant Sherry's wearing.
I set the TV up in my bedroom. It's gonna be fucking perfect. I love watching TV in bed. It's so relaxing. Especially in the morning. Me and Joe being off on Sundays, like we'll get breakfast usually from somewhere, but sometimes we'll make it. And we'll just eat breakfast in bed, watch TV. It's so nice. I'm not even gonna fuck with you. Bye. Yep. Isn't that the best? Just. Oh, your guys' bed was crazy comfy. Oh no. Ah. Oh, I've never seen it do that before. That thing just fucking whopped me. Yeah, that bed's nuts. Wait, let me go in here real quick. Oh yeah? Super comfy. I bet falling asleep is like a dream. Dude. Oh. We got the poison in us. The fucked up thing is, I don't think there's anything in this room that I need. Yeah, there was nothing in this room I needed. That is terrible. I thought there'd be like nothing in here that I even needed, and I was like, oh. You plant bastards! You damn plant bastard! Alright. We got the poison out of us. Those things take a lot of damn grenade rounds. We are stacked on acid rounds. Right. Let's hit a save and go to our final piece of the game. Let's go to our final piece. Brooke, thank you so much for hanging out tonight. Had an amazing day with you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're a rock star. And a special thanks for helping me find the crank. Hope you guys sleep well. Alright, we about to close this thing up. Close up our Resident Evil 2 Claire B. And then we're gonna move on to Survivor. Let's get this thing. I'm so hyped to beat this ass. Let's go. About to close this thing up. Oh, get ready for some sweet dialogue. This is nuts. Completely out of control. Sherry!
Sherry! Help me, Claire! The monster's after your pendant. Throw it to me! Good girl. Now run, Sherry.
Run!
As for you, come and get it. I've got what you want. Come on.
Come on!
Here. This is what you're looking for, right?
Psh.
Fine. Then go get it.
No! Whoop. Not in the molten lava pit.
Sucker.
Come on! I've got it right here. Come on!
Self-destruct sequence has been activated. Repeat, the self-destruct sequence has been activated. This sequence may not
Be aborted.
All employees proceed to the emergency car at the bottom platform.
We almost made it, guys. This is crazy. We almost made it. Everything's on fire. Be sure to. Okay. Just want to make sure there's nothing over there. We almost made it. I gotta get out of here. Everything's going to hell. Thank you all for hanging out. We're closing up the Resident Evil 2 Claire B. Next week, we're going to do Resident Evil Survivor. If you haven't seen that, it is a wild experience. Oh, shit. The big hand.
Where are you? Sherry!
Let's wrap this thing up.
Where is she?
We are the worst babysitter in human history. We lost her like 8 times. Oh, this is an epic track. Bum, 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 bum. All employees, bottom platform. Repeat. Guys, we almost made it. We got some big battles ahead, though. Repeat. Let's close this shit up. Platform. track is so epic. Boom, 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 boom. I think we gotta go. Aww. Gotta get this key. Oh, here we go.
Mom!
No, Sherry.
Mom!
Sherry, you have to escape.
She's got a sad life.
I know I've been a terrible mother, but I still love you. Forgive me.
Oh.
Mom!
Poor Sherry.
You have to go now.
Poor girl. Let's take her key though. Gonna need that. Thank you. Sorry to step on your body. Okay, bye. Oh, we actually need to go back. Back to the elevator. You look pretty cool in my vest, kid. Let's close it up. Repeat. I always love this part because we get to go over here, use our master key. Oh yeah. Emergency passageway is visible. Will you go down? Absolutely. I'm not trying to explode today. Repeat. Bump, 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 bump. This is so exciting. Yeah.
Now you wait here, okay? I'll go and get this thing moving.
Let's get it moving. Let's get it moving, folks. The key. They gave you a ton of ink ribbons. Our last save. What was a little cautious with the saves when I'm playing on my computer because I don't want it to crash. Don't. This should be good. This should be. Wonder what I didn't use this for. Oh, I know what. The room with the machine gun ammo where you gotta put your thumbprint, I think. Alright, y'all ready for this? The final showdown? It's gonna be a big one. Let's have an herb though. Get us back to fine. Whatever. Let's get the hell out of here! This music gets me so fired up, like I'm accomplishing some major shit right now. Platform. Thank you all for watching me into the night here. I mean, Appreciate you giving me that time. Dun, 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 dun. Yo, you still up, Dilemma? Let's go. Love it. Dude, you're gonna see it to the end. We're almost done. You're seeing the whole story here. Oh!
5 minutes until detonation.
Yeah, once that timer starts, it's trouble. Now we really gotta get out of here. You fired up over there, Dilemma? Oh, I know you are. Look, you asked if we fight our boy. We're about to fight him, finally. This random man who just follows you around for hours. Here we go. Here we go. Oh! This is what they want Tyrant to be in the first one. Look at this guy. Oh! A monster. I realized I didn't have my grenade launcher.
Here, use this.
Ada!
Who are you?
I love how she's like stopping to have a conversation with her. Look at that beauty. You ready for this? Dilemma?
You lose, big guy.
You lose, big guy. Look, now he's just pieces. It wasn't that out of control. So Pete, being new to this series, the first game versus the second game. Upgrade? Ah, I hit the damn. Yeah, they did such a great job with the sequel. It's such a good next step. Oh yeah, 100% more action. I think the second game just all around is just higher production. Like it looked better, sounded better, generally flowed better. But then like the name didn't make sense, like Resident Evil, but you're not like in a house anymore. So that's kind of funny. It's called Biohazard in Japan. That's like the actual name of the series. But they couldn't trademark Biohazard in America, so they changed it to Resident Evil. Wait for the ending here, though. It's gonna be crazy. I'm not trying to spoil anything. Let's let the game tell the story. Yep, it's actually called Biohazard. And Biohazard's like a more fitting name.
Are you okay?
Yes, I'm fine.
It's over.
Oh ho 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 oh yeah!
I have to find my brother.
You're right.
You're right.
This is just the beginning.
My God has protected you. It will always be with you.
Claire.
Sherry.
Oh no! Just when you thought you were good.
What was that?
False ending. What's about to happen?
Warning. Biohazardous outbreak imminent. The emergency system has been activated. This train will detonate. Repeat, this
Train will detonate. Oh no.
What's wrong with this thing?
I don't know. The door won't open.
No, no. Yeet! Look at this nasty. Yo! That thing is filthy. He's insane, but it's actually a pretty easy fight. So we're gonna use this. And we got him. That's game. We made it. We fucking made it. Now we just enjoy the final video here. We made it.
Warning. Warning. The self-destruct system has been activated. Each train compartment will detonate sequentially. Repeat. Each
Sequentially.
sequentially.
Leon, stop the train!
Let's enjoy the beauty.
The door to the control room is locked.
What is it?
Sherry, get back!
Get the hell back. We closed it out, Dilemma.
That's what I call ugly. Claire, where are you?
You don't give up, do you?
Sherry, what are you doing?
We have to stop the train, right? I can do it.
Sherry! Persistent, aren't you? Well, come and get it.
Completely filthy. Look at this nasty thing.
Which one's the right switch? Maybe this one?
Sherry!
Claire!
Hey!
Can't hold on much longer.
Push the switch over there! okay, Sherry?
I'm okay.
Where's Leon? Leon? Leon!
Right here.
Right here,
Leon!
baby.
Both safe. Just die. We've got to get out of here. Move it. Go.
That thing is filthy. Oh my goodness.
That was a close one. That was pretty impressive back there, Sherry.
It was nothing. I saw someone do that on TV once.
Aww.
We've got to move out.
Now what?
She's so sweet.
Is something following us?
Hey, we still have a job to do. Let's go.
Go? Oh, you can't mean.
Chris, I have to find you.
We made it through another one, guys. Resident Evil 2 Claire B. Dude. What a hero. Thanks for hanging on to the end. Thanks for finishing up with me. Had a great day. I'll see you next week. Thanks for everyone who was viewing. I hope you enjoyed the game. I stream every Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Night Dilemma. And next week we're going to do Resident Evil Survivor. Take a step away from the main series. Have a little fun. For now, let's just watch the credits and see how we did. Shout out to Dilemma for holding on to the end. For an original orange for doing that raid. And for the follow. Tonk81 for following. Happy Llama for following. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now just enjoy the insane 80s guitar shredding. Absolutely out of control. There it is. Insane. Oh, I got a B. Who knew? All right, that's it. Thank you all for joining. Hope you have a great night. I'll see you next Thursday at 8. Take care, everybody.